Hey guys, my name is Simpzy. How are you all doing? Welcome back to some more Total War Attila. Now I have a brand new mod here today guys called Age of Vikings, which is a mod for the Age of Charlemagne campaign, which will be released this weekend on the 12th of March or the 13th of March. So this mod is pre-release. I'm the only person apart from the mod authors that has this mod, I believe. So we're going to be doing a campaign let's play on Danelaw, and we're going to be showcasing the mod and going through the other factions. Now you are welcome to skip ahead in the video to 11 minutes and 50 seconds if you only want to watch the let's play campaign, but I highly recommend you stick around and watch me showcase and recap all the factions. So that's 11 minutes and 50 seconds. Now the mod authors are, sorry if I butcher your name guys, Viriato and Ricochet are the mod authors. Now there's not much information on this mod until the release this weekend, so you're most welcome to follow me on Twitter for further updates and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I will do a video where all the download links and the Steam links and where you can find this mod to download for yourself. But this is pre-release, you can't get this until the weekend. I'm just going to run through some information that the mod authors have given me. So they've tried to make this mod historically accurate as much as possible. Obviously because of game limitations you can't make it 100%, which is completely understandable. Now the mod itself takes place 100 years after the Age of Charlemagne campaign, at the prime time of the Viking Age. Now they are working on kingdom events, but they won't be implemented until the initial release. This is obviously pre-released and they will polish the mod as they go along. Now this mod has been in development for 2 to 3 months. Just as a disclaimer, I forgot to mention at the start that there may be some bugs and glitches here today. Obviously, this is pre-release. So there are 10 factions we're going to go through. Danelaw, Danes, the Kingdom of Dublin, the Emirate of Sicily, the Kingdom of Wessex, the Kingdom of Asturias, the Kingdom of Brittany. Now the Carolingian dynasty has been broken up into 3 factions: West Francia, East Francia, and Italy. Okay, I think it's time to have a look at the factions now. We're going to be going from left to right. So I'll see you guys on the campaign map. Welcome back guys. Now we're going to be going through all the factions. I will be showing the unit roster at the end as well, going through the family trees and the diplomacy and objectives. But so because of Age of Charlemagne, the objectives are based on Imperium, so you basically can do anything you want to get your own and create your own victory conditions. So here's the family tree. I'll be going through the family tree of all the factions as a Vikings fan. This is great to see. There's Ragnar, Auslog, we have Uber, Sigurd, Halfdan. We also have Björn and his daughter Siggy, Ivar, and you're most welcome to pause anytime throughout this mod and have an in-depth look at characters or diplomacy, and if you just want to pause, you're most welcome to do so. So we start off with 2 settlements on the mainland of England, of course, which is great. I will be let's playing this once I've gone through all the factions, so you'll be able to get some gameplay later on. Moving on now guys to the Danes. So we currently have 3 settlements in modern day Denmark: Aarhus, Ribe, and Heteby, which is in the show. You're most welcome to pause at any point in time and have a look at the family tree, diplomacy, and let me know in the comment section down below your thoughts and opinions about this mod. So the Danes are obviously allied with Danelaw. Now coming up next is probably one of my favourite factions of the mod. We have the Kingdom of Dublin. So here's the family tree. We have Rollo, Horik, Kalf, Björn, Sigurd. So I do apologize if I pronounce a couple of things wrong here and there. I am Australian, so I don't speak any of the Scandinavian languages, and it's kind of hard for me to pronounce things from time to time. So they're the objectives. Let's move on to the Kingdom of Dublin. Okay, welcome to Ireland. Let's have a look at their family tree. So it'd be really interesting to do a co-op campaign. I really like this scenario. 100 years after the Age of Charlemagne. It's basically the prime time of the Viking era. So we have our family tree: Harold, Svein, Sigfred. Now, obviously, you do see his helmet is glitching. So, like I said, please take this with a pinch of salt. This mod, it is still in development. It's going to be released on the weekend. There are going to be a couple of glitches here and there, and they're going to be continuing to polish it afterwards, which is great. I can't wait for other people to experience this mod along with me. So you can go take the entirety of Ireland and maybe even betray your Scandinavian brothers. You can do whatever you want. So we have the Emirate of Sicily. We currently occupy half the island of Sicily. The Byzantine Empire, I imagine, I think that's what they're called in this, occupies Syracuse. So here is Muhammad and Suleiman, the family tree as well. Currently allied... No, sorry, yeah, we are currently at war with the Byzantines. So, moving on to the Kingdom of Wessex, we start off with 3 regions in the region of Wessex. Winchester, of course, London, and Canterbury, I do believe. Yes, I was correct. I couldn't remember off the top of my head if it was Canterbury, but here's some of the low-tier units you can recruit at the start. Let's have a look at the family tree. So there's Aethelwulf, obviously Alfred, Oda, Offa, some recruitable generals. So you'll be able to play as Wessex. You could play as Wessex in the original Age of Charlemagne, but Wessex wasn't really a powerhouse compared to Mercia until this time period. So yeah, hopefully you can have some fun with that if you choose to play as Wessex. I think this scenario would work really well as a co-op campaign. Now moving on to the Kingdom of Asturias in the northern half of the Iberian Peninsula, modern-day Spain and Portugal. So we have Alfonso. I thought I'd re-show these. I thought I'd show these factions even though they are in the base game. Regardless, I don't think there's much changed to them, but some people might be curious apart from the brand new factions. So let's move on to the 3 Carolingian factions. My apologies first, I thought we had the final 3. We have the Kingdom of Brittany, who is in the northwest corner of modern-day France. A nice little faction here as well. Diplomacy-wise, we are a puppet state of West Francia. Okay, so here is West Francia, occupies most of modern-day France. The capital is obviously Paris. Now, you won't be able to sail up and besiege Paris, of course, which would be really cool if you could, though. So we have Charles, King Charles, with his daughter Judith and Louis, Carloman, or Louis, how would you like to say it, of course. So let's move on to the next faction now. We're going to be looking at East Francia. So obviously, sort of similar to the Holy Roman Empire. We're in, I would say that's Central Europe. In between, what, modern day Switzerland, Germany, Denmark. I'm sure there's a little bit of a crossover here, but here is King Louis. Man, this would be a really cool faction to play as. Carloman, obviously his son, Louis, and Charles is the heir. He looked really cool at the start, sitting in that chair, but I must reiterate once again, please don't take this at heart and a bit of a pinch of salt. The mod is pre-release, so there will be a couple of glitches here as well. It was only those portraits, that's the only glitch I've come across so far. This is the last faction. Faction number 10, Italy, obviously another part of the Carolingian dynasty. The Carolingian dynasty has obviously been split up into 3 factions. West and East Francia, and obviously now in the Kingdom of Italy. With King Louis and his only daughter. So now, guys, we're going to be moving on to the Let's Play of Danelaw. We will try to get a battle in the episode to showcase the mod. So I hope you guys enjoy and stay tuned. Just before we get into the campaign, I did say before I was going to go through the unit roster. So here is Danelaw, of course. Once again, most welcome to pause. Let's move on now to the Byzantine. Right. The Danes now. Alright, what's up next? The Duchy of Croatia. So these are all the factions in the campaign, but not all are playable, of course. I wonder if they're going to make more of these factions playable. I have no idea. East Francia. The Holy Roman Empire. Emirate of Cordoba. Emirate of Sicily. Another faction here. Hungarians. Wow, that's cool. So these are also the other factions as well. Italy. Right. Kingdom of Asturias. I don't know if it's worth pushing down and having a look at the cavalry. I might just move on to each one. Because we're going to be here all fucking day. I want to get stuck into the campaign. Kingdom of Brittany, of course. The Kingdom of Dublin. I'm going to show all that, though. Especially some of the older factions that haven't been changed. There's not really a point. Kingdom of Mercia. Kingdom of Munster. Another kingdom here. Kingdom of Northumbria. The Kingdom of Scotland. Oh, nice. Got some square sword warriors there. Alright. Kingdom of Wales. Kingdom of Wessex. The Republic of Venice, that looks quite nice. West Francia. And moving on to the last faction now. And then back to the Danes. Welcome to the campaign map, guys. Now, I must apologise to the mod authors Viriato and Ricochet if I've missed out any information that I was meant to. So my apologies, but I think I got most of it right. So I'm really excited to get into the Danelaw campaign. Obviously, we have two settlements here. Jorvik, or Jarvik, I think it's Jorvik, and Middlesbrough. Middlesbrough. So guys, let me know in the comment section down below your feedback, suggestions, comments about the mod. Also, all constructive criticism is welcome. So let's get into the Let's Play. Let's start off the campaign. Now, obviously, we're trying to build up our kingdom in England. So it might be a little bit slow. We're going to be putting money back into the economy, getting our infrastructure and military buildings set up. So let's have a look at our family tree. So Ragnar is deceased. Now we have Uber, Sigurd, Halfdan, Ivar, Björn, and Siggy. Now Halfdan is our faction leader, and Ivar is our heir. Obviously Björn here as well. So where is the royal army? So we have the defilers of maidens and the champions here. So we do have Halfdan leading the command, and who's controlling this army? One of my generals. So what I want to do is I want to actually quickly rally up these forces at my capital. I want to I want to put my capital here. My army in my capital. I also would like to give Björn Ironside the other command. So let's have a look at what we're working with to start things off. We have these 4 levy freemen, 1 unit of sword herdmen, and Huskarls. Oh wow, Huskarls and the skull splinterers are so fantastic in Age of Charlemagne, which is the mod for on Total War Attila. We have some axemen as well. So I wouldn't mind 1 more unit of archer levy. Then we'll go with more skull splinters and axemen. How much more room do we have now? Okay, we can move them all in. So we have a full stack of mighty Danes. Now I want to give Björn, son of Ragnar, I didn't mean to fucking decimate them. Jesus, we're savages already. Right, we'll kick him out and let's put Björn at the command. Okay, let's move you back to Middlesbrough. Right, so who isn't married off? So everyone's been married off, which is great. Siggy is 16, so we might need to marry her off. I'm trying to think, should I marry... No, I'm just trying to think of any marriage alliances. So, currently, military-wise, we have an alliance with the Danes. And the Kingdom of Northumbria are our puppet state, which is interesting. I imagine they might rise up against us. So, I want to try and get as much trade rights as possible, but by the looks of it, we only can get 2. I would like to get an alliance and trade rights with the Kingdom of Dublin, but basically everyone doesn't like me overly too much. So the strat for the campaign, let's have a quick look at the map. So obviously Mercia and Wessex are to the south, and the Scottish tribes to the north. I want to take the entirety of the United Kingdom. I want to knock out Mercia and Wessex. Okay, so let's see what we're working with in our capital. So we don't have... Oh, I'm nearly half tempted just to betray my puppet state here, because I wouldn't quite mind taking this settlement of Babenberg. Bamborough was beforehand. I don't know why they're my client states, to be honest. Like, for the game, I'm just going to betray them, to be honest. I really couldn't care about them. So who are they? Yeah, they're just a puppet state. Let's go and crush them. Let's go fuck them over completely. I want to get the entirety of this province, and we're going to need it. So let's move on up and take the settlement. I'm going to keep Björn down in our capital. Let's get some recruitment done. So what can we recruit here? So we have a food trader, which I'm probably going to get rid of. We have a copper vines. It's like growing from trees. We have a farm. So let's expand our capital. I want to be able to recruit some military buildings. So we have the meat hall, which gives skull splinterers, and then some siege equipment. So let's build a meat hall. Let's get rid of the food trader. Oh, it's a tier 2. It might actually be worth keeping. Oh, we've actually can expand this undeveloped land quite significantly. So, what else can we sort of recruit here, guys? Let's go with a siege engineer to get some onagers. Let's upgrade the farm. And I think that should about do it. Now, recruitment-wise, let's get just a small army here. So, let's go 3 units of spear, 3 axemen, and then 2 archers just to defend our lands here while we go to war and finish off the Kingdom of Northumbria. Historically, they were our vassals, I guess. So I would like to take the entirety of the region, and we'll be able to get our first battle. So technologies-wise, I don't think it's been changed. I imagine this is obviously pre-release, so it wouldn't differ the Viking factions too much just yet. So what I would like to go with is probably campaign planning to get the movement and the long marches. Because we can't get, obviously, cavalry as the Danes. Now, I would like a port so I can sail around and find some other factions to get trade rights. Objectives-wise, it doesn't actually say there. I'm assuming it's all based on Imperium as well. But here is Halfdan. Awesome. So let's end the turn. We have a provincial governor we can assign. Right. Okay, so this is just one. So we can, who can be the provincial governor? We have Ivar, Sigurd, and Uber. I'm going to give Ivar the governorship. So let's end the turn. Oh, we have an edict. Ah, bloody hell. Right, so what can we go with? Research, minus construction and growth. Research, minus recruitment and upkeep. Tax. Food and public order. I might go with the bread and festivals to get food production and public order. Now we are losing minus 25 per turn because we are obviously in a Christian land. We are paganism, so we're going to have to deal with that as well. I've actually changed my mind here. We're going to have to build a sacred ground. We're going to have to wait for those onagers just a little bit longer. But we're going to have a battle against Northumbria. We will betray them. I do think it's a good idea to take that settlement before we push upon Mercia and Wessex. So Mercia and the Welsh are now at war. Very interesting. So we have obviously Harold, Torstein, Sigvard. We can get another Torstein. So we have 65% control. Alright, so let's push upon the Kingdom of Northumbria. Fuck them, basically. I wonder if we can squeeze some money out of them before we smash them. We can actually arrange a marriage, which is interesting. So it doesn't look like we're going to be able to squeeze any money out of them. And we can't get trade rights with the Danes until we have a port, so we're going to have to take the settlement. Right, we're losing 21 per turn. We have 11. Now I'm going to have to wait until this sacred grove's been come up so we can get some more public order. We do have 55 food. We are making 69 per turn. So let's push upon the kingdom of Northumbria and finish them off. We're going to get access to a port, which is going to greatly help us and can be the first battle of the campaign. So they have a relatively large force, 9 units. So let's attack them. Will we call our Danish allies? I don't think so. I don't think we need them, to be perfectly honest. So we have a siege on our hands. So we're coming up against Egbert, who has 2 units of feared spearmen, then a mercenary unit of them, 2 units of feared axemen, and 2 units of feared archers, 1 mercenary and 1 spearman in each. There's also the garrison and the reinforcing army. So we're going to be starting to siege the settlement with Halfdan. Let's get some siege equipment. So I prefer ladders and... oh wow, we can get a lot of siege equipment. That's very interesting. How much can we get? Oh wow, that's a significant amount. So we'll probably go with 2 units of light siege tower. And... wow, how many siege towers? Okay. I don't know if this is a glitch or it's because we're so far in the future we're able to recruit that many siege towers. I feel like it'd be a little bit overpowered if we go with too many of them. But mind you, in the Battle of Paris they did have siege towers, so maybe I'm not being too overpowered, so it only takes 1 turn. I think that's probably enough. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Is that enough to breach the walls? We'll go with 8. 2 light battering rams and 8 siege towers. So let's continue the siege, of course. Now, should we try to get non-aggression pacts with our Scottish allies to the north? Well, not allies. Yeah. Their demands... no. I'll offer you... what, like 300 gold for a non-aggressional pact? Because I want to focus on Mercia and Wessex, completely destroy them before we even move upon the Scottish. But it looks like we're going to be able to negotiate a non-aggressional pact with them. I might be able to give them 100 gold. Right, so Mercia and Wessex, Burgred. Alright, let's end the turn and continue. We'll have our first battle against Northumbria. Should be great. So, now we are in winter. I didn't go through the traits for us, I think. Where are the traits? Oh, well, you're most welcome to go look at the campaign, at the start of the campaign, for those traits, because we don't get winter attrition. So, there's actually no pressure on us to actually attack. We can sit back, relax, try whittle and rot down the garrison a little bit longer. Björn is currently recruiting an army at the capital to defend our lands, my sacred grove. So natural causes, Auslug. Oh no, Ragnar's wife has died. Ah, a shame. So we're minus 11. We need to fix these public order problems as quickly as possible. Are there any better ones? But I completely understand why it's happening. It's because we are in a foreign land, of course, and we need to convert the religion as quickly as possible. So, we might need to get a stronger military presence than what I would like. Skull splinters there. -6. If we exempt the region from tax, we're not going to have any bloody money, are we? Damn it, I might need to break down this mead hall. Just so I can get these sacred groves up. Or it might come right once I take this city. We'll see. Right, so the odds are a little bit in my favour. There's no harm. We're not in a rush. We're on the verge of bankruptcy. Ivar has an unassigned skill. Now I want him to basically go into thinker, bureaucrat, and builder. I'm going to bump up our taxes so we don't go bankrupt. How is that going to affect us? -26. We'll be able to deal with a rebellion once we take the settlement. It's just because we have a pretty big army in the field and we don't have the economy backbone because we obviously don't have our lands in Scandinavia. So, I want to put the taxes back down, and let's get into the battle, of course. Which should be great. And we haven't lost any attrition. They have been slowly but surely rotting away. Now, I probably would auto-resolve a battle like this normally. However, I want to showcase the mods. So, the Battle of it used to be Bamborough. Babenberg. 869 AD. We're going to be officially wiping out the Kingdom of Northumbria. Because once we take the settlement, we're going to be gain access to a port. Now, I do have this tactic where I recruit a small fleet, go around and sail around the world, and find other factions to trade with. So the settlement is nearly in ruins, which is great for me. We have been besieging it. So the arrow tower on this side has been destroyed. And there's only one other arrow tower on here. So let's have a look at our general. Let's get rid of Halfdan out of the siege equipment. But here he is, the man, the myth, the legend, Halfdan. Now I'm going to press K on my keyboard to get some cinematic shots. But here he is, Halfdan, of course. I can't wait to see Ragnar's children in the field as well. So let's just quickly move everyone back. Every single person has a piece of siege equipment, which is great. So let's move now 1 unit up to drop the gateway. We'll move another one up here to take out this one. And we'll move the third. We'll disembark the fourth. Perfect. Right. So quickly get you now to drop. Let's get my majority of my units and swordsmen going to be pushing up here. And axemen. So how many can we get across there? We probably can deploy a fair few. So pop you here. Oh, no, sorry, my mistake. Oh, archers shouldn't be on a tower. Maybe I got too many for my own good. Now, there is an arrow tower here which I need to neutralize. We're going to be putting them on a flaming shot. Let's try to take that out, actually. Right. So I want to try split things up as best I can and move the arrow towers as much up as possible. So once I get my deployment right, we should be ready to get stuck in. Okay. I might only let one go that side because there's the arrow tower there. We're better off pushing on this other side, to be honest. A lot more wall, a lot less. There's only one arrow tower there. So we're going to get a pretty good siege here today. Alright. Let's put the other 4 here. Rightio. Let's see who's sort of remaining. So we have a unit here. Actually, I might as well get him on a siege equipment. Piece of siege equipment, why not? Alright, so you're going here. I'm just hoping I've spread this out enough. Okay, so Archer's going to take out the tower. We can basically leave those other pieces of siege equipment back. But where are my Huskarls? A really cool unit. Wouldn't mind getting some cool cinematic shots off in this battle. Just sort of showcasing some of the units. So let's get into the siege now, shall we? So let's start the battle. Let's go straight up to the ram. Now I'm going to be trying to negotiate where all my siege equipment is going to go. Right, we do have reinforcements coming in from the navy. I want to go with a loose formation and move up to this arrow tower as best as possible. Alright, let's continue the siege on my other sides. Probably get this unit to go here. Alright, perfect. Ram can go up to the wall as well. Archers, once you're in position, Focus all your firepower upon the arrow tower. If we can quickly neutralize it, that'll be the best. But here is my Husskulls slowly but surely moving in. Look at this. This looks great. Brave men of the Danish Empire. Danelaw. Alright, let's get out of this cinematic mode. Very nice stuff. So I have moved up my archers now. They are loosing at the arrow tower, raining fire and death upon the enemy. Here are the Kingdom of Northumbria themselves. We've done 24% damage. Now we have lost a couple of casualties here and there, and I imagine we will. Archers, take aim! Loose! Fire at will. After my original command. But if you are enjoying this mod so far, I would really appreciate it if you could hit that like button and subscribe. Now, I will be doing a video in the future, getting more updates once the links come out, because there's not much information on this mod. I kind of think that the mod has tried to keep it a secret and surprise people and bring it out. So there isn't much information on it. You're most welcome to follow me on Twitter and subscribe to my YouTube channel, because I will be doing a video once the links come out. Now there is like a privated Steam page, but I imagine it's going to be on Steam eventually. Right, let's move up half down into the action. But yeah, you're most welcome to go check out my other campaigns. I am playing as the United Kingdom in the Great War mod on Napoleon Total War. We are playing with some of my fellow Australians, which is great as a unit. Also, you can check out my co-op campaign with Lionheart X10. I am playing as Charlemagne on the Age of Charlemagne DLC, and he is playing as the Danes, funnily enough. So I've always been itching watching him playing as the Danes to actually play them as myself. So I will be doing a couple of episodes. I don't want to go too far ahead in this campaign because the release will be out and the Kingdom events will be coming. So we've made it to the walls. The Husskulls and the Axemen are pretty much ready to take on Northumbria. So let's try kill as many of them as possible. Go, 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 go. Nice little engagement here with the swordsman. Now there is obviously the gateway we need to take out. The arrow tower has been destroyed. So what I want to do now is just to quickly reform up a little bit better. We're going to go with a standard shot. I don't think there's actually that many heavy infantry in this fight. So let's push up and attack these archers. Oh wow. These spearmen are not going to do well against the archers. So here is the main wall. Their archers are loosing at the tower. My men are engaging theirs now. Oh, wow. I want to get more cinematic shots in this. If we lose a little bit more casualties from cinematics, I don't mind. Just trying to showcase the mod. Have a little bit of fun, of course. Now, we've broken down the gateway. So let's try and finish off as many of them as possible. So let's run down, engage them, kill as many of them as possible. Okay, so that siege tower has been destroyed. Now I had those archers pushing up. Let's push them up a little bit further. Okay, let's push up in here as well. Let's try kill as many of them as possible. Now let's go for their general. Get these units to focus on Egbert in his what? What is he in? Royal Companions Heavy Melee Infantry. So here he is. Here is Egbert, the King of Northumbria. Let's move up and kill him as quickly as possible. Now my axemen here are engaging a unit of feared spearmen. And these big axes, the skull splinters and the Husskulls, I'm pretty sure he's actually renamed them. What's broken here? Oh, a unit of Vikings. Alright. One of my units. Which I'm surprised about. Right, move up here. Archers, I want you to fire at this... Oh, I was going to say slinger unit, but I'm going to actually halt them because I think it's going to cause way too much friendly fire than what they're actually worth. We need to destroy these towers. They're doing a decent amount of damage for me. So swing around here. Go with flaming shot. Let's let my spearmen engage those axemen. And I want to try and surround their axemen here as best as possible. Their general unit. So we are slowly but surely killing them off. I thought we'd be able to capture the gateway a lot quicker. So let's quickly swing around with my archers. They're in a decent position there. Let's get rid of the watchtowers, because they're going to cause us a pretty big problem if we don't. How are we going casualties-wise? Not too bad. So we're engaging them. Let's try and get rid of the Royal Companions. We're only coming up against with not my best units in that army. Just some spearmen and swordsmen. So we've broken them. Let's go up and hit this barricade and continue now. Try and take the town square. Right, archers are loosing. Nearly destroying the towers. Alright, how are we sort of doing here now? Let's move over and try kill the general and take the town square. Go over and help these axemen here. Let's push over and try kill the king. We'll let these units be distracted. 52%. So we've pretty much crushed that unit there. 7 men remaining. Nicely done. Alright. Nearly destroyed the arrow tower there. I might even get one of my units to... I was going to say focus fire on their other... units. But we've taken the town square, which is great. We're about to take this other gateway, and we're slowly finishing off the remaining stragglers. Now... Oh, they're in full retreat. Brilliant. We've destroyed the arrow tower, and we've... taken the city. Now let's get some target practice on these guys. Oh wow, are they seriously? Hang on a minute, let's get a slow-mo shot. Let's get some Viking slaughter here. Oh wow, target practice. Really nicely done. Raining fire and death upon the enemy. I feel bad for these guys that decided to run out of the town square and just get absolutely slaughtered by archers. Now, tactically wise, this wasn't meant to be the most impressive display of tactics. I just wanted to have a nice sort of showcase and have some fun with the Vikings, of course. So let's start. Let's speed things up a bit. Finish them off. Ah, poor bastard, kneeling in his blood. Got 2 arrows in the arse, it looked like. Right, it's time to end the video here. Sorry, what? No, it's time to end the battle here, I meant. It's time to, yeah. A decisive victory. So, Halfdan deployed 3,200 and lost 946. Egbert deployed 1,503 and lost a considerable amount of his men. Now, obviously, every time you... Well, it's easier to defend a city than is to attack. Arrow towers in this game are basically machine guns, so we did lose a fair amount of men. We managed to destroy the 1,503 deployed. We did lose 1 unit of skull splinters, but like I said, I was sort of showcasing a lot more, trying to get some cool cinematic shots. But a decisive victory. Let's take the settlement. We are going to occupy, and there will be a rebellion. So let's destroy this mustering hall. I would like to convert that to a long hall so we can get some anti-corruption buildings. And we can expand this and build some better religious buildings. Because what we're going to need to do now is we're going to try to convert the populace as best as we can to keep up our public order, because we've got really bad public order. However, we have a lot of armies in the field. We can throw them back, so don't worry about that. it's time to end the video here, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Have a fantastic rest of your day. Stay tuned for more content on my channel. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Check out my social media links, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Hope you've enjoyed this showcased for the Age of Vikings mod for Age of Charlemagne. But yeah, thanks for watching once again. Goodbye.